So I'm delighted to welcome Gill to the virtual stage. Thanks, Gill.
Hi, thanks, Paul. And hello, everybody out there. I hope you're all coping in lockdown, getting used to this digital world that we live in. I really just want to say thanks for the opportunity to be able to join today. So, as I said, I'm Gill Kelleher from the Construction Innovation Hub, and my role as Impact Director for Assurance is helping industry to transform construction, to plan, design and build better buildings. So today what I want to do is just share a very brief overview of what the Hub is and what we're doing, and the key technical themes that we've got within the Hub, and provide some examples of how we're using digital technologies to deliver better buildings. There's obviously an extremely lot to get through. So what is and who are the Construction Innovation Hub? Our mission is to be a catalyst for construction, transforming it through digital ways of working, boosting productivity, exports, to increase the asset performance and the benefits for society. So the Construction Innovation Hub brings together world-class expertise from the Manufacturing Technology Centre, MTC, BRE and Centre for Digital Built Britain, CDBB. So the Hub was launched back in November 2018, and it's funded through UK Research and Innovations Transforming Construction Industrial Challenge Strategy Fund, and through the Construction Transforming Sector Deal. We're going to produce safe, healthy, efficient buildings using the latest digital technologies and tools. So transformations at the heart of obviously sector recovery. It's no longer going to be obviously business as usual. God, I mean, no one could have predicted what 2020 would entail. And again, as a sector, given the tragedy of Grenfell, again, how we've got to change how we design and build buildings, and obviously new processes for procurement and delivery of that. So at the Hub, we've basically been split into 4 themed areas. So these cover value, assurance, digital and manufacturing. So through the value theme, we're basically aiming to drive better society and economical outcomes through better value-based decision making. But what do we mean when we talk about value, and how can we best define and measure it? Value does not just mean cost, nor is it something that exists purely in the construction phase of projects. Value needs to consider a broad range of metrics beyond financial. It must consider wider societal issues and environmental factors. As we all know, obviously, we've got to mitigate the climate risk. We've got to consider them across the whole life cycle of the investment. So the Hub is working directly with government, clients and industry to develop what's called the Value Toolkit. So I hope many of you in the audience will have heard about the Value Toolkit, and indeed will be working with us on this suite of tools to support faster value-based decision making across the investment of the life cycle. So the toolkit's designed to support policymakers, clients and advisors in defining the unique value profile of any particular project. As you know, every single construction project is different and completely needs a different approach usually every time, and there's different value indices to inform those decisions. We're helping the clients and the supply chain develop and deliver different business models and commercial strategies to deliver the best building that they want to build. And building this whole value toolkit is built on the groundwork laid by Anne Bentley and the work done through the Construction Leadership Council, Procurement for Value Working Group and the IPA's Transforming Construction Infrastructure Performance, to allow clients government clients to look at the procurement decisions they're making in a different way based on different value drivers of the project. So there's 4 core focus areas across the value toolkit to define value, which is led by Anne of the CLC, to underpin the methodology of how value should be articulated, evaluated and measured. And then you've got the client approach, which is led by Hannah Vickers of ACE, and again to inform the delivery models of how, as you can see over here, sort of how those decisions will be made, and then looking at the market response and also skills and training and the adaptation of the system. So bring it to life, the value toolkit is being used by government departments to model how they will procure and build buildings over the next 10 years or so to deliver what's called through the platform approach. Within our manufacturing theme, we're again through the hub looking to deliver a more productive sector, which creates better quality buildings through using advanced manufacturing processes, which is ultimately to improve productivity, which is central to the hub's manufacturing theme. So the design programme is working with the client voice of key government departments around what's called the platform design programme, which is basically consisting of a kit of parts. So the kit of parts essentially is 13 sub-assemblies. As you can see here, you know, your traditional systems, so foundation, ground floors and what have you. And then we're collaborating with across industry partners. There's at least 40 or so working on these different areas, working with different government departments to see how they can build the buildings, use these core consistent parts. Next, we've got the theme of digital framework, which is basically looking at the data flow across the entire chain. So our aim is to support digital transformation of the organisations and delivering the infrastructure and enabling them to deliver and achieve the digital maturity required across the system. The digital framework sets out what data is required to support those decision makings, and as obviously we've heard today how important digital is. So an example of one of the projects the digital team have been working on was recently launched through the government soft landings interactive navigator programme. We've been working with NH Scotland on an interactive GSL process map, which provides a framework and reference for government departments and other public organisations to create their own specific plan and respond to their unique business requirements and procedures. So then, of course, nothing's complete without assurance, to actually assure the whole process of all the construction products and solutions that are delivered to industry to ensure that buildings are safe and tested in the most appropriate way and deemed compliant. The hub's aim is to underpin the way we deliver buildings and infrastructure with the robust framework and digital tools that can provide that transparency, assurance and trust. At the hub, what we're doing is championing a rigorous culture of safety and quality within offsite construction by partnering with industry to achieve the standardised products and processes across the whole supply chain. And together we're striving towards safe, resilient buildings to deliver that long-term better social outcomes. So at the hub, we've been working on some digital tools to support this process. And today I wanted to give you an example of how these can be applied in the real world. So to support safety reforms, the hub has been developing some tools where you can apply best practice from other industries, such as advanced quality planning, tools taken from the aerospace industry. So we've introduced what's called construction quality planning framework, which is supported by digital tools to ensure safety consistency of product performance, which is obviously incredibly important given the new safety reforms and significant changes that are about to occur over the next 12 to 18 months due to obviously Grenfell, but also because of obviously Brexit. What the hub's doing is we're working with the Building Safety Future Charter to promote and signpost these best practices. We're also working with industry to see how they can use the construction quality planning tools and frameworks to empower the supply chain and regulators to act on failures through a quality framework to plan, design, validate and track products through its manufacturing processes. We're also looking at developing auditing and factory production control process to be supported by an independent quality assurance and auditing process. So I just wanted to quickly technically run into the construction quality management solutions that we're developing at the hub, and I hope many of you have responded to the recent consultation that we've held over the summer regarding these tools as well. Essentially, the construction quality planning framework can be used as a framework to plan, design, validate and track a product through the entire manufacturing processes. As you can see here, it goes through critical milestones through planning, product design, development, process design, validation, and then obviously to launching those products. Key to all of this is the CQP process relies on 6 main pillars, and these pillars, so pillar 1 here, you can see down the right corner, 1 is the voice, is to understand the customer and the client need, capturing the voice of the customer. The second pillar here is to satisfy the design specification. Thirdly, the process specification, make sure they cover both the products and the process of the manufacturing specifications. 4 is implementation of manufacturing controls. 5, ensure that inspection capacity. And 6, ensure continuous process controls and improvements. And obviously all of this is happening concurrently at the same time as everything else. So like I said earlier, over the summer, the hub has been having an extensive consultation with industry around these CQP tools. So I'm pleased to say we've we're consolidating the responses of those, the consultation, and industry has recognised it's an important timely contributions to government's efforts to address building safety. The framework aligns well with other quality initiatives in industry, including REBA's Building in Quality Initiative, the CIOB Code for Quality Management, and Building in Quality Initiative and Tracker, and the Get It Right initiative. Construction firms have signalled there's a support for transforming approach to quality planning, but as we all know, the whole sector requires this massive, significant cultural change and shift with the sector. And again, it's no surprise addressing gaps in skills and competency in the construction sector. The implementation of these tools is seen as a key priority. And also procurement and delivery of modern methods of construction projects using advanced quality planning tools needs to be investigated further, and obviously how they're procured. So we're just finishing and consolidating the findings and planning the next phases of the development of the CQP processes, and the full report outlining the conclusions will be published soon. And we'll continue to improve and implement the construction quality planning framework through engagement with industry over the next few months. We'll also be working closely with the Building Safety Charter to signpost best practice and how some of the tools can be used to support that process. We'll also be piloting tools, how they can be applied across the supply chain, with different product manufacturers and support the need to deliver the golden thread for industry. So to conclude, I've cantered through who the hub are and what our core themes are, and how we're working hard to turn our vision to transform construction into a reality, and how the technical themes will support the sector's ambition to catalyse improvements not only in the design and construction processes of the project. The hub is therefore working with industry to ensure, one, we provide better outcomes for society, higher quality and safer creation and time and money of those buildings. Two, use data and digital solutions to optimise performance over whole life, delivering more for society, users and owners. Three, use less energy, create less waste and carbon. Four, enable new diverse skills and talent to be attracted to the sector. Five, we're going to be supporting, and we do support, UK businesses to innovate, thrive and grow. And ultimately, we believe digital is key to supporting better outcomes for safer, better performing, more sustainable buildings, and to attract new talent into the sector. So, thank you.